here for comedians to do shows was at a comedy club right outside these doors that was part of the original layout of the casino. It's a club called the Improv. There's a chain all over. And, many, many years ago, before all of this, that's where Martine and myself, my buddy Alfred, we go do shows at the club. And the first time we got a chance to perform there, I didn't really have a name. I wasn't really established yet. And I want to take this moment to acknowledge and thank one person who was super, super helpful in that, a man by the name of DJ Laz. That's right, people. The pimp of the lamp.
Oh yeah, Papa, yeah. It's your boy, DJ Laz.
Oh, I love him, man. He's great. He's awesome. But yeah, he walks in circles. He does. He walks in circles. Nice guy. DJ Laz was one of the first people to allow me to be on morning radio with him. And he helped promote my shows. Not only would he allow me to go on his show and promote my shows, he would come to my shows and he would bring people and he'd watch and he'd sit and hang out and laugh. The man has a million things he can do in Miami, but he'd come watch my show. And then the next day, Papa, come on the radio with me. We're going to talk about your show. And he would help me sell out these shows year after year after year. So, Laz, I know you're watching, Papa. Thank you. This is part of you, Papa. Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you. But that was many years down the line. In the beginning, the first time I performed at that comedy club, right outside these doors, that's no longer there. I'm talking to the marketing person. Now, keep in mind, this is so long ago. There was no social media. There was no TikTok, no freaking Twitter, no Facebook, none of that. The only way you could promote yourself back then was you had to get on morning radio, morning news, have somebody do a write-up on you in the newspaper. Remember those? Yeah. And then, of course, word of mouth, which is always the best. They had posters at the comedy club. And so the marketing guy goes, Gabriel, help me help you help us. We want to sell tickets. How do you want to be promoted? I said, well, keep in mind, long time ago, I said, this is how I want you to promote my show. Please use a photo. Under the photo, put my name, Gabriel Iglesias. I didn't even have the nickname Fluffy yet. That's how long ago this was. I said, underneath that, please put as seen on Comedy Central. Because at the time, that was the only television credit I had. So the marketing guy goes, well, I was thinking, what about Gabriel Iglesias and his amigos? Amigos? Why amigos? Because I have other Mexicans with me? And he looked at me and said, good, you get it. I don't like that. What about Gabriel Iglesias and friends? Well, we want to put a couple of buzzwords out there to let the community know what type of show it is. I said, well, what type of show is it? It's a special show. I don't feel special. Gabriel, hear me out. What about like a Taco Tuesday? I don't like it. Okay, what about like a salsa night? Salsa night? Wait, like dancing or chips and guac? Either one, I don't like it. I could not believe that I was having this conversation, and I wanted to get upset. I wanted to go off on this guy for trying to make me feel like less of a person, right? But I didn't, because I knew that if I went off on them, I would have been seen as difficult. I would have been seen as a problem, and I would not have been given another opportunity to come back. When people ask me, what do you credit for your success? Of course, talent, showing up, doing what you gotta do. But one word that gets left out a lot is the word sacrifice. I had to sacrifice something that day. And a lot of people think they know what sacrifice means, but honestly, until you have to make one, I don't think you do. I had to sacrifice my pride, because as much as I wanted to go off on this guy, I knew that if I did, I'd be shooting myself in the foot. I knew that if they could see what I could do on that stage, they'd have to bring me back. and they'd have to treat me different. So as much as it hurt, as much as it sucked, I allowed that stupid Taco Tuesday to happen. So for me, I was very upset. I was wondering, is this something that happens to all new comedians, or was I being singled out? It was killing me. I needed to know. I couldn't just take out my phone and Google it because that wasn't an option all those years back. So what I had to do was I had to go to the front door of the club where they had a bin, and the bin had flyers in it. So I grabbed a flyer and I looked at it, and the flyer had the list of upcoming comedy shows. And I was so upset when I saw it because all it was pictures, names, and television credits. No silly names, no theme nights, no spicy this or crazy that, just comedy. So I said, why the hell are they doing this stupid Taco Tuesday thing to me? So then I said, all right, let me try to find another comedian who's a little bit more in my vein, if you know what I mean. The only other comedian I could find was a man by the name of George Lopez. With George's promo, however, it was just a picture, name, and underneath that, a television credit that said, as seen on ABC. That's it. It didn't say, likes to ride a donkey, George Lopez, eats a burrito with both hands, George Lopez. I just jumped the wall. It's George Lopez. No. So I said, why are they doing this to me? So then I said, all right. Let me see how they promote the black comedians. And with the black comedians, it was the same thing. Picture, name, television credit. And that's it. Unless it was a show that had multiple black comedians on it. Because if the comedy club had a show with 3 or more black comics on it, they would put a catchy name to it. They would call the show Urban Night or Apollo Night or Def Jam Comedy Night, BET Comedy Night, Blackish Comedy Night. But that's as far as they would go. They wouldn't go to the next level like they would for me. Oh yeah. There was no Margarita Monday or Taco Tuesday or Wetback Wednesday or Tortilla Thursday or Fiesta Friday or Sábado Gigante. No. That would never happen to black people. Are you kidding me? You'll never see a Malt Liquor Monday or Tupac Tuesday or Watermelon Wednesday or Tong 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 Thursday or Fried Chicken Friday or Suki Suki Saturday or Slap a Hoe Sunday. And that most definitely will not happen to white people. And you know why you can laugh and enjoy and not feel threatened by what I'm about to say? Because like what I said earlier tonight, I am here to entertain. I am not here to offend. I'm here to have fun with everybody, starting with me. Plus, it'll never happen. You'll never see a Monster Truck Monday or Trailer Park Tuesday or White Trash Wednesday or Take Your Sister Out Thursday.
Oh, hell no, Fluffy, you done crossed the line now. My name is Dustin, and I don't play that shit. I'm from Davie, goddammit.
Next time, stay quiet. So, I was talking to Martin backstage before I came out, and he goes, are you gonna share the story about the theme nights thing that happened at the Improv here? And, I go, well, I think I should, Martin. I think I should tell the story about, that theme nights. He goes, Gabe, can I tell you something about that theme nights bit? I go, tell me, Martin. Do you realize that in all the years I have heard you tell this story about what happened at that club, do you understand that you've never once finished the week? I said, Martin, you know why that is, right? It's the rule of comedy. You always want to end on the biggest laugh. Thursday gets the biggest laugh, which is why I stop at Thursday. And Martin goes, I know, but you're robbing white people of their week. I never looked at it that way. Fox News Friday. Storm the Capitol Saturday. Say you're sorry Sunday. Are we still having a good time? Are we still having fun? That's what I'm talking about. People laugh. There was one show that we did at the same casino. Anytime now we perform outside of the United States, even if it's next door in Canada or Mexico, Martin's first question to the audience is, do we have any Americans in the house tonight? Because no matter where we perform in the world, there's always a handful. So that night, Martin takes a stage and he asks the question, do we have any Americans here tonight? Not knowing that earlier in the day, at that same casino in the Grand Ballroom, there was a end-of-year holiday party from an American company from right across the water in Detroit. And they were having this end-of-year celebration, and they were there pre-gaming since noon, partying it up. And I guess the party planner for the event thought it would be an amazing idea to end their party with laughter. So this person bought all of the tickets to my show that night and gave them to that company. Well, 7 o'clock rolls around and everybody stumbles in, takes their seats, and then Martin walks out and he asks the question, do we have any Americans here tonight? And instead of getting a yay, woo, right here, he got, they were so drunk they started chanting, USA, 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 USA. I'm in the dressing room, I'm hearing this, I'm like, why are we here? We could have done this in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I had to fill out paperwork. I'm like, this is not cool. So during intermission, Martin comes backstage and he tells me, bro, I don't know if you heard. Oh, I heard. You might want to mention it. I go, oh, I will. So at some point during my performance, I told the audience, so a little bird told me that there might be a couple of Americans here tonight. Is that true? Sure enough. And they started doing it again. USA, USA, USA. And then it got quiet and you could hear, America. I said, ladies and gentlemen, do you understand what just happened? We just made history. And people in the front row got their arms crossed. They're like, what are you talking about, history? I said, we just made history. Who would have ever thought you'd see the day where thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands of Americans would cross a border to see a Mexican. Thank you.